Gliomas in general are malignant brain tumors, and a low grade is a more slow-growing type of glioma. The majority of individuals that are diagnosed with this type of lesion are in their 30s and 40s, so generally a very young population. Part of why we're interested in studying this group has generally been mixed in with all glioma, and we know that this is a very different group in terms of the clinical profile, the genetics that are behind it, and probably the needs that are associated with it. The Low Grade Glioma Registry, which we have been lucky enough to receive pilot funding from the American Brain Tumor Association and the National Brain Tumor Society, so we're very grateful to both those groups for supporting us. The goal is to enroll up to 2,000 low-grade glioma patients. So one of the things we're hoping to do in our registry is to collect longitudinal samples. So samples at surgery 1, if the patient then goes on to have another surgery, to compare that and to look and see how did observation versus chemotherapy versus radiation create or associate with any changes that we see in the tumors for us to better judge what was the right thing to do for that given patient. The other thing that we're interested in, and there's been a big explosion of information in terms of glioma in general, are genes that are associated with the tumor itself. We've learned that low-grade glioma genes are generally different from high-grade. The markers or genetic factors are very different between high and low, and therefore how you might treat patients with low versus high can be very different. And we think that there may also be ways to maintain quality of life and neurocognitive function, including working with diet and exercise. And those are things that we'd like to become involved in. We're trying to develop a clinical trial of moderate intensity exercise. There's good data to suggest that a regime like that can improve quality of life, neurocognitive function, and reduce fatigue, and potentially even reduce depression, which there's a pretty high rate of depression among patients with low-grade glioma. So there are a wide range of things that affect these people on a daily basis that people may not appreciate, but really changes their life forever. So learning about that, seeing what we can help, and just bringing some attention to it as well.